Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Texas Motor Speedway. We are under the lights for chase race number 3 in the Oreo Truck Series. And if you're keeping score as far as how many we've done, we're on race number 18. 2 races to go after this before we crown a Oreo Truck Series champion. Alex Lozano, he's on the pole for tonight's race, and he's alongside of championship contender Nick Eggleston. Then in row 2, we got 2 more championship contenders, Matthew Rodriguez and Jake Rogers. Let's take a look, though, before we go through the starting lineup at the chase scenario, what it looks like heading into tonight's race here at Texas. Alright, so coming into this race is pretty close for the lead. Only 4-point advantage. Jake Rogers holds over Matthew Rodriguez. Then Timmy Pacioli 15 back, Harvey 21 back, then Eggleston 28 back, and Robert Band just barely still in contention and 42 points back. Kenny McCurry, John Dillon, Matt Nathan, Jordan Hester, well actually Dougie Shears filling in for Jordan Hester, Adam Chambers, and Harold Columbia. They are mathematically right now out of championship contention, but we still have 3 races, including tonight's race. They could get back into contention. Let's get to the action now, see what's going to transpire. Alright, so there you go. That's the way it looks coming into tonight's race. And so, here's the starting lineup. We mentioned Lozano, Eggleston, Rodriguez, and Rogers. Then it's going to be Angel D'Souza alongside of championship contender Adam Chambers. Then it's Harold Columbia, another championship contender, alongside of Anthony McCurry. Ziggy Bain will line up alongside of Tom Weekly. That's Dougie Shears, actually, in the 28. It says Jordan Hester, but that is Dougie Shears driving the number 28 now because Jordan Hester is injured. So Dougie Shears is in the chase now since he is driving the number 28 car. However, in the standings and everything, it's going to say Jordan Hester because they are Jordan Hester's points. Sean Galligan will line up alongside of him. That is James Bald alongside championship contender Matt Nathan. Jeff Ehlers will line up beside of Jack Richards. Ehlers, I believe, is making his first career start here tonight. Then you got Arnold Columbia alongside of Kristen Worry. Timmy Pacioli, a championship contender there, alongside of James McLeod. Ray Wilson will line up beside of Jake Cole. Jacob Rodriguez alongside of Adrian Brace, who has had 2 victories in the last 3 races. Then you got Noel Stiller alongside of John Worry. Connor Breton will line up beside of defending champion and current, also a championship contender for this championship, Robert Band. Jesse Kaplan, he'll line up alongside of championship contender Michael Harvey. And then you got Philip Stiller alongside championship contender John Dillon. Dylan Young is back in the field in the number 59 alongside of Christian James. Then it's Jacob Lawler beside of Kenny McCurry. That's a championship contender. Corey Williams alongside of Brandon Gonzalez. Lisa Shears alongside of Cody Poe, filling in that number 99 since Dougie Shears moved over to fill in the 28 for the injured Jordan Hester. And the rest of the field is Jake Berg and Daniel Schwab. So 34 laps of racing here tonight under the lights at Texas Motor Speedway. I believe we're going to be having the Mobile One Cup cars also under the lights here and tomorrow night, and then I believe the Snickers Cup cars are going to be racing during the daytime. Not certain on that yet. I do know that the Mobile One Cup Series cars tomorrow night will be racing under the lights, though. So Jeff Ehlers in this field. This is either his first career start or his second career start, and I can't remember which one. Nice to see Dylan Young back in the field. And we are getting set for what's going to be one exciting event here tonight. 34 laps of racing. Sean Galligan, as we mentioned, the defending winner who won last week at Indianapolis, starting about mid-pack. And the green flag comes out. 3 championship contenders starting in the top 4. The only one that's not a championship contender is the pole sitter, Alex Lozano. He'll lead him into 1. Try and get the advantage down there on the low side. Will do so. Matthew Rodriguez now battling Eggleston. That's championship contenders battling for the 2nd spot. Angel D'Souza directly behind Matthew Rodriguez. Then it's Harold Columbia there as well. Alex Lozano now going to get a challenge down low. Matthew Rodriguez to the front, and wow. He got a run definitely down that front straightaway. It was almost as if he was running 2 or 3 miles per hour faster than Alex Lozano. As now Matthew Rodriguez leads the way. Rodriguez has been to victory lane this season. If I remember correctly, it came at, I think it was either Texas or Atlanta. It was a certain track similar to that. And so it was actually very similar to this kind of a racetrack. It may have been here at Texas, except it was in the daytime. Harold Columbia just got bypassed by Ziggy Bain. That's for second. That could be big if he slips towards the back. There's Bain in the 3. He has yet to go to victory lane at all in any series, and yet he's been up at the front for quite a long time. And here comes Dougie Shears in the 28 car. Dougie Shears filling in for Jordan Hester, who was a championship contender before his injury happened. And he will bypass Matthew Rodriguez. That is for position number 1. James Bald right there on the inside as well. Also coming up that inside lineup, seeing Timmy Pacioli in the number 33. Timmy Pacioli along with Adrian Brace. Those two the only ones in the Oreo Truck Series this season to have 2 victories. Adrian Brace's came 2 and 3 races ago. One at the race number 15 at... can't even remember where 15th race was. I know that it was at race 16 at Riki Raceway. Arnold Columbia now out in front in that number 84. And he's about to get a challenge from Ray Wilson. Right now, no championship contenders in the top 5 as far as when they cross the stripe right there. Look at Jesse Kaplan. See right there him make that move on that inside line? That, with it being nighttime, these drivers, they're finding a lot more grip on the racetrack than they normally would in the daytime. They're not slipping and sliding around because of the sun penetrating this concrete and making it real slick. Instead, they are finding a lot of grip with the cooler temperatures. More championship contenders starting to come up the inside line there. I'm seeing John Dillon there. I'm also seeing Dylan Young, the guy who pretty much was the sensation of this season, pulling off a major upset when he won his first career race in his first career Oreo Truck Series start. And Philip Stiller leads that lap, but here comes Jake Cole to the inside. Jake Cole will take the top spot. Then it's John Dillon. Then it's Dylan Young. Jacob Lawler and Lisa Shears there. There's Dylan Young. He'll go to the inside of John Dillon. Dillon's a championship contender there. And mathematically still in championship contention. But there is Dylan Young. How would it be if this guy'd be able to pull off another win? That would be absolutely incredible, as he did lead that lap. Lisa Shears, Jake Berg. There's Jake Berg. Look at that. Started in 41st position. And now up. He crossed the line in 6th last time by. I think he'll cross in probably 5th or 6th this time by. And that car right there, Daniel Schwab, he started in 42nd. So that back row, that final row 21, now up here inside of the top 10. And there's another championship contender right there. That's Michael Harvey in the 03. He's got Cody Poe directly behind him. But Michael Harvey has not been to victory lane since Daytona that began this season. Last season, Harvey had 3 wins. This year, only 1. But he's racing for his second, in the chase for the second time in his career. He was racing for the championship last season as well. And he's behind rookie James McLeod, who actually is over in the Snickers Cup Series trying to battle it out to become Rookie of the Year. And very well may do it. I believe he's only got one person that he's got to try to outrun in order to get that. And it may be Patrick Murphy, if I remember correctly. And here's Cody Poe. Cody Poe back in the Oreo Truck Series here, driving the number 99 for Dougie Shears, who is over driving the 28 for Jordan Hester. And Cody Poe is out in front. Corey Williams directly behind him. And there's another championship contender, a few championship contenders actually. Adam Chambers right behind him, defending champion and championship contender, Robert Band, trying to go for 2 championships in a row. And right directly behind them, you got the 50 car of Jeff Ehlers, who I do believe is making his first career start here tonight. I may be wrong. Actually, maybe he did race. Yeah, he did race last week. But he's doing a real good job right now. And there's last week's winner at Indianapolis, Sean Galligan. Right behind of John Worry. And, John Worry's had a tough season so far due to the fact that he ended up by mere points making both the Mobile One Cup Series and Snickers Cup Series chase for the championships. His number 62 ride not doing quite as well. There's a championship contender. Matt Nathan working his way through the field here in that number 21. As Jeff Ehlers is pacing this field now. Ehlers, there's not another championship contender really in sight coming up that inside line. You got Adrian Brace, Jack Richards, Tom Weekly, Connor Breton, Kristen Worry, and then I think Nick Eggleston is the next championship contender back there. Guy who started on the outside of the front row. We have 16 laps complete. We got a total still of, I think, 19 laps to go. As Adrian Brace will slide on by. Brace may be looking for his third win this season. And there's still some uncertainty on whether Adrian Brace will be returning for Season 3. But he's ended up winning 2 races so far this season, and they actually were back-to-back wins. There's Tom Weekly. Weekly's been having a real tough season. Started out really well, actually. He was up there in the top 10 near the beginning of the season, and then decided that he was going to drop both his Mobile One Cup Series and Snickers Cup Series programs and stick with just racing in the Truck Series. Now, a lot of people thought that was a really wise decision because he was able to turn all his priorities over to one series and one series alone, but luck as it would have it has just not been on the side of that number 99 as Kristen Worry now takes the lead. Kristen Worry actually looking for some redemption next season in the Snickers Cup Series due to the fact that she has not made very many starts. I believe she's only made 1. And so she's looking to do something next season. And there is another championship contender now. Finally, we've got one at the front. And that's Harold Columbia in the 27, who's also been to victory lane this season as a rookie. It was at Talladega Superspeedway. He's got a rear deck lid full of Anthony McCurry. Harold Columbia leads the way here, looking for a career win number 2, which would tie him this season with Timmy Pacioli and Adrian Brace, but he's got a challenge down low. That is Angel D'Souza taking the top spot, and look at Brandon Gonzalez now up here at the front. Brandon going to take and move to the inside line, and he's got Dougie Shears with him. There's some more championship contenders. We're finally getting into championship contention racing now. Dougie Shears is a championship contender now. Kenny McCurry there. Jake Rogers just ahead in the 91. Leading that lap is Brandon Gonzalez, but not for long. Rogers to the inside. Rogers, McCurry, 1-2 right now. Both of them are championship contenders battling it out for the Season 2 Oreo Truck Series Championship. Kenny McCurry has been to victory lane. Rogers has not. And McCurry will take the lead. Ray Wilson moving into second. Then Arnold Columbia and Jesse Kaplan, another rookie who has been to victory lane this season. His win came at Bullitt Superspeedway early on this season. A lot of people were asked, who do you think is going to be the most competitive driver to have to beat in this chase? And a lot of people turned and looked at 3 people: Timmy Pacioli, Matthew Rodriguez, and Adam Chambers, because all 3 of them have been in the chase scenario before and have last season battled it out for a championship, so they know exactly what they need to do here. I was actually surprised a lot of people did not mention Robert Band, but one driver did say to me he's pretty much a given that you have to watch out for him because he's won a championship before. But apparently a lot of guys are hoping that there'll be a different champion this year and that Robert Band will not be able to go 2 for 2. But we'll have to see what happens, as Alex Lozano now is back out in front where he started this race. He led them down to the green flag on the pole, and he's now out in front once again. But as soon as I say that, it changes hands again. Jake Cole down to the inside line. He'll take the top spot back. He's been out in front. So is Matthew Rodriguez. So is Ziggy Bain. So is pretty much everybody in this field. I'd say we've had a lot of lead changes here today. Not necessarily at the line, but a lot of lead changes, as Jake Cole is the leader. Jake Cole was one of the most dominant drivers in the Snickers Cup Series last season during the chase, as he ended up taking 3 Snickers Cup Series victories. One at Talladega, and then I believe he won the last 2 races of the season, one at Phoenix and one at Homestead Miami Speedway. Has yet to go to victory lane, though, here in the Oreo Truck Series this season. As now Corey Williams comes up the inside line. This guy's been on a bit of a streak as of late with good finishes, has Corey Williams. And Michael Harvey, a championship contender, trying to get into championship contention here with a good run here tonight at Texas. Michael Harvey will move by Corey Williams. That is for second. There you see Harvey in that number 03. Mentioned before, only 1 victory this season as opposed to 3 last season, and it came the very first race of the season, so a bit of a winless drought for Michael Harvey. I'm also seeing, and very interesting, Dylan Young in the closing stages of this race moving up that inside line. Could he have in store another Tim Tebow move? His first career start, he took home his first career Oreo Truck Series victory. Could he do it again tonight? We're going to find out as we are closing in on the end of this race. 6 laps to go. James McLeod going to move to the inside line of Michael Harvey and take the top spot. Dylan Young is right there. Cody Poe, championship contender Adam Chambers is right there as well, as Dylan Young now moves back to the inside and will move to the front once again. Bursting on the scene, this young rookie Dylan Young, who will be a rookie next season as well. Dougie Shears, or make that Cody Poe rather, moving underneath now in his first start of Season 2 in the Oreo Truck Series. But he's now going to get a challenge, and it's championship contender Adam Chambers trying to rake in the big points as he's going to go to the front over James Bald and Daniel Schwab. Chambers leads that lap. Championship contenders moving up that inside line as well. Robert Bann and Matt Nathan coming back up, as well as Nick Eggleston. Chambers leads the way. Robert Bann now challenges for second underneath Daniel Schwab. He's got a rear deck lid of Matt Nathan. 3 championship contenders, nose to tail on that inside line. The 1, the 57, and the 21. Racing for a win and racing for a championship. Connor Breton now suddenly bursts into this picture, along with Lisa Shears and Sean Galligan, last week's winner. John Dillon and Nick Eggleston, 2 more championship contenders, suddenly coming up that inside line as well, as now Connor Breton will go to the inside line. No cautions this race. This has been good, clean, hard racing all the way from start to finish. 2 laps to go. Connor Breton leads the way, but now Lisa Shears wants a piece of the lead. Sean Galligan very much in this still, as he would look to try and go 2 races in a row. It would tie him for the record that is currently held by Adrian Brace for back-to-back consecutive Oreo Truck Series wins. Galligan to the lead. Then it's John Dillon and Nick Eggleston, who really could reap some rewards if they finished well here at Texas tonight. White flag is displayed. We are ready to crown ourselves a winner here at Texas and see what's going to happen in the chase scenario. It is John Dillon leading the way, but here comes Eggleston. These 2 aren't just battling for a win, they're battling for a championship. But Eggleston makes the move, and he's going to take the top spot. Out of turn 4 for the final time, Nick Eggleston is going to come down, not only win the race, but rack up some good championship points towards the championship at Zen Joltis. Wow. And the first win of the season for that number 14. Great run by Nick Eggleston. A well-deserved win. John Dillon, oh so close to picking up career win number 2. And oh my goodness, that was a great race. No doubt about that. And Eggleston in the right place at the right time. He started this race in second, finishes it one place better in first. Let's take a look at the finishing order, and then we'll come back, give you what the chase scenario looks like heading into next week's race at Talladega Superspeedway. Well, this is mighty interesting. Eggleston's win puts him atop the leaderboard, but Matthew Rodriguez is only 6 back. Jake Rogers is only 3 back. But remember, we had only 7 drivers who were eligible to be in the championship hunt. Well, now it has grown to 10. Kenny McCurry, Matt Nathan, and Jordan Hester, well, Dougie Shears, driver for Jordan Hester, have all made their way back into the championship picture. The only 2 drivers now that are mathematically out are Harold Columbia and Adam Chambers, but look at this. They're only 45 and 47 points out. They could get back into contention with a good finish at Talladega next week. They're only 1 point and 3 points out of that minus 44 area, so who knows? We may have all 12 drivers be challenging for the championship next week. Alright, so that's race number 18 from Texas. We go to Talladega next, and then on to Zenjoltis. Thanks for watching. The Oreo Truck Series is over, but the Mobile One Cup Series and Stickers Cup cars are coming here next. You've been watching a production of the NNSCRA, numbers to the NCG MRS. Here comes the rest of the standings and the rookie standings.